What's up, everybody? Hey, it is Mike Widmer with the Expansion Real Estate Group. Happy Friday to you. Happy Good Friday to you. Hope you guys have a day off day and enjoying your day. So welcome to April's version of our monthly market update. And before we jump into the stats, I want to do one quick announcement. Next month is Mother's Day, and we're going to do another amazing Mother's Day giveaway. There's actually a link below in this email. You can click on that and watch all the information about doing another awesome partnership with Quantum Wellness Medical Center to give away another spa package for one amazing mom out there. So definitely check that out. So what is happening with the real estate market? Well, you can see here on our trusty chart that we have continued our way up. So we started off March at 127.9 on the Cromford Index, and we started off April at 136. So definitely can see that trend is continuing, slowing down a little bit, but definitely continuing. And on the daily chart, again, we can see that that curve is going that way. But you can also see just a little bit of a curve there, a little bit of a leveling off. We have a couple of different times when we kind of almost leveled off, but I tell you what, this market keeps on fighting. And as of today, we are at 137.1. So here, that's a good sign right here. So not a good sign, but here's a good stat is the first week of April, we've went up less than 1 point on the Cromford Index. So that steam is a little bit slowing down. One of the reasons is demand has kind of leveled out. 82.2 is where we're at today. That's exactly where we were on March 1st. So has kind of leveled out. And, we hear so much about interest rates on the news and everything, but I actually just did a little bit of research right now, and we've actually been between 6 and 7% in the interest rates now for the past 7 months. It's amazing how fast time goes, but there really hasn't been that much fluctuation in the rates. One thing there has been a lot of fluctuation in is over here. Our supply continues to drop, down at 59.9 today. So last month, we had 11,597 active single-family homes for sale. This month, today, we have 10,647. So another 8% drop in this market. One thing I also want to show you guys today, it's going to be kind of a quick video today, but look at this chart here. Look at the difference. So this is the top 17 cities in the greater Phoenix area and how each one of them is doing. Interesting thing here is the East Valley is kind of kicking some butt. Chandler, Gilbert, Mesa. So we have 3 of the top cities here in the East Valley, but you can look at all these green arrows. That means the market's getting better in every single city except for Paradise Valley has dropped down a little bit. But look at the difference between 6 months ago. Look at this difference. 6 months ago, we only had 4 cities that were actually a seller's market. Remember, over 100 is a seller's market, below 100 is a buyer's market. So we only had 4 cities in November that were traditionally a seller's market. Today, we only have 3 cities that are actually in a buyer's market: Queen Creek, Maricopa, and Buckeye. So what does that say for you guys? If you are a buyer and you're still looking for a good deal, like one of those really good deals out there, you may want to think about one of these cities in this area. If you're a seller and you live in the East Valley, man, it's looking pretty good for you guys again in this market. So Chandler up 19%, Gilbert up 20%. Again, the only one that fell was Paradise Valley. So the market has definitely continually gotten better in this year. I'm going to turn this off here and share a couple more quick stats with you guys. Good news is the activity is picking up. Last month we had almost 6,200 resales in our MLS. That's up 31% from just last month. So more and more sales are happening. The median sales price, we are down 7.7% year over year, but we actually are up 2.1% just last month. So we actually up about 3% from the start of the year. So prices have definitely started to increase again. One other stat I think is pretty interesting and kind of tells a lot about our market is investor purchases. So only 13.7% of all the sales last month were investors. So what does that tell you? It means that the people that are buying and selling are people that have to, or really, really want to. They're not buying for speculation. They're not buying for them. It's the people that have to move around, or they need a bigger house, or they're transferring. It is owner-occupied sales are dominating this market. And then just another piece of perspective is kind of where we're at. I thought this was very interesting. In March, this past month we just finished, it took on average of 32 days for a house to go under contract. So from the day that we listed it to the day it went under contract, the average was 32 days. Perspective, in March of 2021, that number was 5. In March of 2022, that number was 7. So we have taken a big jump up in those days, but January of this year, that number was 56. So we've came down from the high, but it's just a totally different market than it was 2 years ago. But actually, it's been picking up a lot of steam this year. So if you guys have any questions about the market, it's been staying pretty consistent this year, a pretty consistent climb up going on there. So if you have any questions, reach out. I'd love to help you out. You guys remember to click on that link below and register for that awesome Mother's Day present. And you guys have a great April. Thanks.